You're listening to DraftKings Network.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. There's nothing sweeter than baking cookies during the holidays. With Prime, I get all my ingredients delivered right to my door, fast and free, no last-minute store trips needed. And of course, I blast my favorite holiday playlist on Amazon Music. It's the ultimate soundtrack for creating unforgettable memories. From streaming to shopping, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.
Before we get to Juju here, Roy, Chris, did you have a highlight of today's show? Because off the top of my head, I really enjoyed welcoming the Underdogs and laughing at the fact that Jordan Brenner and Peter Keating couldn't at any point get their shit together.
That's mine.
Yeah, you kind of took mine. Let me think if there's...
Okay, so you guys don't have anything better than that?
Nope.
It's
okay.
most memorable for sure.
Okay,
I'm not going to forget that for a long time.
It was funny. So, Juju, what do you have for us? What is out there today that has made people object to anything that we're doing? What's the positivity that we should be celebrating today?
What's going on, my brothers?
Yo!
Good to see y'all as always. I think we missed over one of the highlights of my day. I want to give my brother flowers because he scooped Shefty. He scooped everybody. I think y'all know what this is right here.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, Taylor. Wow. Oh, okay. See, I've been oh my God. All right, look, I've been holding Taylor down, and now Juju insists on making him a star. I don't want Taylor to be a star.
Salute my brother.
That's unbelievable. That's good gear.
This is the #1 selling jersey in all of America today. Google it.
That's really good. That is North Carolina jersey. Taylor's last name is on it. They don't put names on the walk-on jerseys, right? So Juju just got you a better jersey than the one you had at North Carolina. Did he not? No,
don't do my brother like that. Nah, bro. His name was on the back of it. It's in bars across. Don't do my brother. Okay. Not today.
All right.
I was so turned up in here in the living room. He was like, ESPN, you got schooled on the biggest college story by the person living in the smallest studio apartment. Man, I was screaming on the top of my lungs. My neighbor literally knocked on the wall to this morning. He was like, SMU, you cheated and you ain't do shit. I was like, yeah.
Duke, welcome to another decade of irrelevance.
All right, so you guys, I thought that was a lot for him to bite off to try and go after the rants, but he earned with his information. He had a bigger story that he didn't share with anybody, the Meadowlark Media way. We have the breaking news. We just don't give it to you for profit or in time for you to be surprised by or call it the breaking news. It's not a great slogan. Not a great slogan,
yes, sir.
Juju.
Watch out for the ponies. A story came across the desk the other day that I couldn't believe it was actually a story. I think it was yesterday that they finally allowing maybe the thought of reviewing face masks and different penalties. It's like, bro, why have they not always done that? You did me like, why review anything if you're not going to review the penalty? I think the NFL is doing the right thing with that because it's like the drawing. Without reviewing some of those face masks at the end of the game, you get the drawing from the Twitter with the beautiful horse that turns into horse shit at the end of the game because you missed the damn face mask. You feel me? So hats off to the NFL. Yeah, do something right. I'm going to salute it.
If you have the technology, your goal should be to make it most right. Those people are killing themselves to try and get an extra yard. You shouldn't get the call wrong if you have the technology, but they're worried about the game's pace, and so they allow it to be a little less accurate. Even though, that I don't know how many people would disagree with what you're saying there, Juju. What else today do we have in the way of criticism, constructive criticism?
We had a positive, a big poll from the other day that we didn't get back to. Is change hard for old people? Because it's been a buzz in the dimensions, and 97% of the audience says yes, and 3% of the audience says no. And also salute to Joe Thornburg. He kept it real with us. He said, "I just voted no to be a jag-off. Sorry." And so I would say that's about 98%. And that's right, bro. It's like, it's hard to change. And it made me think that Like, it's even before that. Just as hard as it is for some old people to change, it's hard to get rid of some developmental stuff you have, which is why I think that elementary schools should institute a different class called patience, a different class called what to do with your anger management, because some children grow up in single homes, or they just grow up in a home that allows XYZ versus a home that would never play this crap, or just doesn't have the right parenting, or, people having babies having babies these days. So it'll be, I think, cool to institute something in these elementary schools before they learn about Christopher Columbus and social studies and all that jazz. Let's teach them how to handle their anger once it happens, because it's going to happen. Let's teach them how to be resilient. Let's teach them forgiveness. You feel me? Because some of that stuff is not being taught at their homes. I don't know why I went off on that.
No, that's pretty good, though. You're basically talking about practical schooling. Just here, you go to a year's worth of classes, and one of them is handling change, or handling your anger, or just basically doing therapy instead of textbooks where you're just sort of running through feelings instead of learning things. No, what you're saying makes sense. We got to get back to updating the polls. Can we start? People have been complaining about that, Juju. I've seen that, and they're right, that we give the polls and then we don't update the polls. I think most people listening to this would say that change is hard for them. And I also would say that anywhere you find growth, you're going to find change. So I don't know why it is that you would object to the idea of change. But old people, Chris, your dad is he is fully functionally formed. Like, he is done learning. There will be no learning for your father anymore. He's going straight from wherever he is to fossil without learning one more thing. He is stubborn about change like no one I've ever met, and my dad is plenty stubborn about change. Your father is going to be the worst version of this that you've ever seen, Chris. You've already seen pieces of this. He stubbornly refuses to change anything he thinks, believes, or acts. There is no learning being done by Greg Cote for any more time in his life. Does anyone dispute what I'm saying?
Nope. No notes.
I love you, Greg Cote.
I have a poll here. Is Inglourious Basterds the best of the Tarantino movies? 59% say no.
What do you like better, Juju?
I love Inglourious Basterds. I think also, too, when my buddy Tony was giving his list, y'all was coming at him with knives out and elbows. This is his list. If everybody got a list, let everybody make a list. But I think that I love Inglourious Basterds, bro. I like The Hateful Eight. It's not one movie that I would necessarily go back to.
Pulp Fiction is the one that I just think that Pulp Fiction, but it's also the one that introduced me to Tarantino. So.
Reservoir Dogs should have been the one that introduced you to Tarantino there.
No, I did them in reverse. I did it the other way. I hadn't seen Reservoir Dogs. After I saw Pulp Fiction, I went and found Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Hey, also, I watched the Jamie Foxx special. Spoiler alert, kinda, sorta. Lookout alert, kinda. This wasn't a stand-up to me. This was like a sit-down with his fans to explain what he's been going. Ooh, excuse me, it's $12 for me. Sorry, to kind of explain what the last couple of years have looked like from his perspective. So if you're going in looking for the laugh of your life, you may not get that, but at the same time, it was just a feel-good. Like an hour and a half will just feel good.
Oh, Juju, so let me tell you what I did last night with the Jamie Foxx special, which I've been looking forward to for a number of different reasons, but I understand what you're saying. I wonder if he's getting critically panned because what he did was heartfelt as opposed to doing traditional stand-up comedy from one of the most talented people anywhere in Hollywood. I started to watch it, and when I saw in the first 5 minutes that he was crying and in a really heartfelt way, thanking Atlanta for saving his life, I'm like, let me stop this real quick. I'm trying to go into something thinking I'm getting something else. And if he's going to do this just emotionally grateful, thank you for saving my life, I want to revisit this with a different mind frame. I don't want to watch this as a comedy special. I want to watch a celebrity actually have a connection with a city that he cares about because he's just grateful that he's grateful that he gets that night with his family, with his daughter introducing him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I had mentioned I tried to watch it after Jamar chased them on Monday night, but I got to that same point. I was like, whoa, okay. I'm gonna dog ear this and come in prepared. As long as you go back prepared for what you're getting into, I think you will love it.
But I turned it off right after. Juju, out of respect for I misread this one. I turned it off right after I saw, he's crying. He is so grateful to be on that stage that instead of performing, he's just crying. I've got to look at this differently. I expected something else.
Yes, sir. And before I leave, I want to send a shout out and a salute to my brother Roy for the best Christmas gift that a brother can ever receive. Holy moly. Thank you so much, Roy.
Roy, you sent a Christmas gift, Roy. You're a Christmas gift giver. What is that?
That's a Christmas tree ornament of the Larry O'Brien trophy with the Celtics logo on it.
Come on, it goes perfect with this one. It's like my house is Championship City. It also goes great with this one because you forgot I'm a Panthers fan.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much, Roy.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, Juju. Early Christmas giving. Juju, good seeing you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. On Sunday, sir. Juju will be with Tony right after the football games on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. And also, too, I do a poor job of this. LebatardAF.com. I got some T-shirts I've been making for the show, you feel me, and around the show for the last couple of months, even while I was off. Go check them out. We got a lot of good stuff that's supporting good brothers and sisters from the show. Salute.
I will tell everyone listening to this, again, if you do not know what the show's relationship is with Juju Gotti, I believe that he cares about the way the show looks and sounds and feels and the connection with its audience more than most people I know, never mind that just work here, most people that listen to the show. So if you like his artistic taste, you can get more of it at LebatardAF.com, where he has stylized some of the T-shirts along with Angel Resto. Thank you, Juju. We will talk to you again.
Yes, sir.